Welcome back to Bull Sessions here on 680 KFEQ. Got a question that you want Brad to answer on the show? Got an idea for the show? Email the guys at bull@willcross.net. Now, here's Randy Baker and agronomist Brad Law.
Okay, we are back having a good conversation with Doug Grimm of Grimm's Garden. We'll have to put you on hold here for just a minute, Doug, because we got a special time here on our fourth segment. We got our focus on the farmer, and Bradley has got it this week. He finally contributed. Did I render you speechless?
I've had others that I've got around for you, and then you just read it and steal my thunder.
No, I do not.
I do it so you have something to do and feel like you're a part of the show, Randy.
I see.
All right. We are going to go, and we are going to head over to Kansas.
Everybody's from Kansas here today.
Well, we support our Kansanians.
Yes, we do.
Is that the right way to say that, Kansanians?
No. But anyway, go ahead.
We're going to talk about Randy Shultz.
Randy Shultz.
He's been farming on the family farm since he was 10 years old. Okay, you can relate to this. He started farming with a D17 Alice Chalmers at that age.
I can relate to that.
We've just been hard Alice Chalmers today because I was talking about raking hay with one, and now we're back with Randy and his D17.
We're going to make Alice Chalmers great again.
Well, that may take a little bit of work there. It's hard to beat them old D17s and D21s.
Some of the King City guys up there, they still got quite a few of them.
Yep. Okay.
John Hensley, he's got a bunch of them.
Yep. And Mikey, he's got, he's a big Alice guy.
Yeah, Mike Mannion.
Yep. Okay, all of Randy's tractors are Alice Chalmers, and his daughter said he wanted that included to state that.
Yeah.
And he typically, when I see him, he's got a Terry Implement hat on about a high-strung pulling tractor.
You bet.
So he's a big fan of that pulling tractor.
You bet.
Randy said the only thing that ain't Alice on his farm is his 12-row planter, and it's a John Deere.
Okay.
Randy is the fourth generation to own the farm and farm it.
Isn't that good?
He owns around a little over 500 acres. He's located in Wathena, Kansas. He says AKA Burr Oak, they call it.
Burr Oak.
Yep. He grows mostly soybeans and some corn. The corn's mostly for the cattle that he owns. He's got about 30 head of cattle, and he's got 3 children, Jeremy, James, and Shelby Ann.
Wow.
And Shelby Ann is... she's been seeing my brother-in-law for I forgot how long. So that's kind of, I got an inside scoop on this one.
If she knows he's connected to you, Bradley, she may up and run.
Well, another thing.
Back to Burr Oak.
Back to Randy. His birthday is tomorrow, April 23rd, so we want to wish Randy a happy birthday.
With a name like that, he's got to be a great guy.
He is. He's a good guy to get along with, and just like him a whole bunch.
Just like the Randy you know.
Well, I looked and I found I like Randy Travis, maybe the Randy Rogers Band.
Randy Baker, do you like him?
Hey, Doug, you were telling us about these flowers and
the 7 Ps.
The 7 Ps.
You could tell he just jumped right over that, right back into business. So we'll just go there.
Oh, dear. You guys have a lot of fun.
Oh,
it's the entertainment value. People may not learn anything from the show from us, maybe, but at least they have a laugh at Randy.
They see us make complete fools of ourselves every week, Doug. So.
I'm amazed at how you can do this just off the cuff. There's an old saying out here of the 7 Ps that came up that says it's really pretty poor. Oh, dear, I messed it up.
That's okay.
It's really proper prior planning prevents pretty poor presentation.
Oh, wow, that's a mouthful.
I don't think I could say that 7 times fast.
No.
Or 3 times fast.
Who knows what would come out of that?
Okay, can you do it again?
Proper prior planting.
Proper prior planting
prevents pretty poor presentation.
Pretty poor presentations. Okay. That's I hope everyone got that.
I learned that one from my father-in-law. He's got a whole list of those things he likes to wheel out every now and then.
Little sayings like that.
He's 95 years old and he can still do it.
Really?
Yeah.
95.
He was
oh my. Why?
Feed equipment salesman. He ran Calumet manure handling equipment and P&D silo and loaders and sold medicine silos, and he was up in northwest Iowa. And
ag guy too.
Yeah, he was very much.
Did he farm?
He grew up on a farm, but he did not farm. His brothers and his brother does, and a lot of nephews do. Yeah.
Go ahead, Bradley. You start to say something.
Well, I was just going to say manure handling equipment that Randy could relate to that, but it doesn't have the effect now that we have to get back to it. But
yeah, move right on.
Moving right on. We were talking about flowers.
We were,
and we were going to talk about making the wife happy, and
good thing.
We were talking about some flower. The flower was the bubblegum petunia, and you said it liked the full shade. No, it does not like it. Liked full sun, and it is your number one seller. And don't pick at it. Okay. Now if we can plant those there for the wife, now we've got the shade spots. What's something we could plant over there that is going to be easy to take care of for her?
Yeah, if you want a lot of color, and that's really what annual flowers are all about. They're about color. You have to plant an annual every year. Perennials come back year after year. And so your annual list is pretty much going to be, some have flowers on, which are your, my mind just went blank.
That's all right.
It goes impatience. That's what I wanted to say.
Happens to Bradley all the time.
Yeah, wow. I know this stuff so well that anyhow, that happens. But one of the annual flowers that we really like that is really becoming more and more popular every year are coleuses.
Okay.
They don't flower, but their leaves are all different colors. And they come in many different heights and a lot of different leaf shapes. And some of these colors that they have bred into these today they're phenomenal. You can't believe the contrast and all the different colors they can put into one leaf. And they are a show all by themselves. Some of these plants get big. They're not expensive. They're
what was it called?
Coleus.
Coleus.
It loves the shade. Some of them can take full sun also, but a lot of them can go sun, shade, either one, but they can certainly handle shade. They're a great plant, tough plant.
I keep having you to repeat things because my wife will be wanting to take notes on
Well,
these. She really likes the flowers.
Well, here's the deal. There's a lot of information here, and we're actually getting good information here on Bull Sessions from Doug.
Yes.
And you can go and, flip your phone up and go to YouTube, and you can catch all this again.
Yeah.
And be like, okay, what was that out? Or, even, I've got his card here. They're over there in Hiawatha. They're over at Nebraska City. Where was that other you said?
In Atchison.
And Atchison.
Main Street, right beside the sale barn on the west end of Main Street in Atchison.
So, that's just, I was through Atchison just the other weekend on my way to Topeka. So it's not a very long drive over there.
He bought a snow cone machine.
Yeah. Bradley, let me give everybody out here a tip. Everybody has loved to plant perennials because you don't have to replant them.
Right.
But a lot of perennials have had struggles coming back this last several years, and it's because a lot of breeders have developed cone flowers that are very, very colorful. They're a wonderful thing. They're actually native to our area, and they take them home and they plant them, and they don't come back the next year, and they wonder what happened. This beautiful cone flower that was all touted as being a great thing didn't pan out for me. What happens sometimes on these new ones, they put so much energy into making their bloom that they don't grow much of a root system. So the first year on some of these new hybrid cone flowers, you need to cut those blooms off. It's kind of like disciplining your children. It's a tough thing to do, but you need to do it.
Got to do it.
Yeah. So if the first year, if you buy a hybrid cone flower, cut it off. Don't let it bloom the first year. Make it put all its energy into roots, and you'll be a lot happier for years to come.
Kind of like with strawberries, they say to pinch the first round of blooms off.
Good comparison.
It's hard to do that, because some idiot ordered 2,000 strawberry plants.
Who might that have been?
I don't know, but it may get interesting.
It will. Probably from what I'm learning from Doug, I think he's probably in for a deal, isn't he?
Life gets interesting.
Well,
the bigger the challenge, the bigger the reward, though, sometimes.
Well, you got to have different stuff. Flowers are neat, and, everybody, you sleep at your house, but it's more than that. It's not just a house, it's your home. And farmers don't think much about the curb appeal or, let's wash the pickup or shine the tractor up, make it look nice. Well, the wife may want around the house to look nice, you know? So it's not just mowing the yard, but to have some plants around and flowers that look pretty. And like I said earlier, happy wife is a happy life. And if you don't know nothing about flowers like me, you know, that's why we found Doug, that he knows about this stuff. And, you know, we don't want to go, and I've watched my mother before plant flowers in the spring, and then 2 months later they're dead, and she's out there planting different ones again.
Does she listen to Bull Sessions, Bradley? Because you're beating up on her a little today.
Well, every once in a while.
Good. Good. Doug, we got a couple minutes left here before the show. I don't know where the time went today, but do you have like phone numbers, some websites, or anything you want to put out here?
Yeah, you can go online, just grimmsgardens.com, just www.grimmsgardens.com. Find our store hours, and on there, they're pretty normal hours. We are always closed on Sunday. We run a family business, and so we just simply close on Sunday. Doesn't mean we aren't there sometimes, because you have to water these things, take care of them so they look good on Monday morning. But we just don't do business on Sunday, and it's we need that break, and we think everybody else does too.
I totally agree. You know, Bradley's going to be a strawberry czar. I'm sure he's going to be taking notes from you here. I will be renegading some of them, no doubt.
Bootlegging. Hey, you know, one thing we forgot to do.
What?
Is we forgot about the soup supper up there at New Hampton.
Do
it is
again.
from 5 to 7 tonight up there at the New Hampton Firehouse. They're going to have food, games, silent auction, free will donation. The money goes towards the restoration of Willow Row Campground, which is a great cause. So if you and the wife are looking for something to do tonight, head on up to New Hampton, just there on 136 between Albany and Bethany.
Okay, we're going to have to wrap it up. Doug, we appreciate you coming in today, and we'll get you back on here one of these days, all right?
Good to visit with you.
Okay, the scripture today is Genesis 8:22. While the earth remains, seed time and harvest, cold and heat, winter and summer, and day and night shall not cease. We thank you for joining us today, and we invite you back next week for another session of Bull Sessions right here on 680 KFEQ.
Thanks for joining us for Bull Sessions, brought to you by Wilcross Seed. Randy and Brad will be back next Saturday morning, tackling more topics from farming to livestock, soil to seed, farm equipment to rural life. So be sure to join us next Saturday morning, same time for Bull Sessions, right here on 680 KFEQ.